Today guys, I have to admit I'm a little bit late to the party with this driver. We are talking about one of the newest drivers on the market, one of the first ones for 2024, and obviously we are talking about the Mizuno STG driver. So brand new on the market, released this week. Let's have a talk about how forgiving this driver is and who it's suited for. So guys, we know that the driver market has been dominated this year with some fantastic drivers. Your Paradigm Triple Diamond is one of the most popular on the tour. We've got the Stealth 2, we've got the Ping G430. We've got a lot of good options out on the market. And Mizuno have tried to improve on their previous generation of driver, the STZ, and I would certainly say they've gone a long way to doing this. We've got probably one of the most adjustable drivers I have seen for a long time, and today we have it first of all in the settings where the weights are pushed to the front. So we've got a lot of adjustability here. We can move the weights from front to back, we can switch them onto one side for draw and a fade, and we've got a lot of things that are going to help you shape the ball. First of all, obviously down at the golf ball, a look for me is a fantastic looking top. So obviously we've got the Mizuno logo bang in the middle there to help you align the ball. We've got the carbon effect on the back of the driver, and this is all again very sleek looking, a lot of things on there to help you like this. A 440 head, again, this has been talked about on tour. This is tour proven, this is what the tour players wanted to see, and even your higher handicap golfers don't always like to see that massive driver head. They might want something a little bit smaller, feel like they have to swing it within themselves to get the strike. Again, weight settings at the front is going to encourage low spin. So let's see if we can get a low spin bullet down there. That's certainly low. You'll see by that tracer, extremely low, not much spin on there, but that's gone a long way. Again, sound wise, straight away for me, sounded very much like a Ping, sounded quite loud. Didn't sound as dull as maybe as something like the Paradigm and the Stealth, but let's hit another one here. I enjoyed that flight. Let's see if I can get it a little bit higher. Let me tee it up. Let's get the high launch, low spinning one. We've just seen the low launch, low spinning one. And we can, that is an extremely high drawing shot. Again, strike wise, nicely, it's a little bit wet this morning. Strike wise, you can see there a little bit towards the toe, a little bit bottom. It didn't feel like it spun up, which is exactly what those weights are designed to do. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move those weights back, see how it affects the flight, and see if it affects the sound or the feel off the face. That did seem a little bit firm, a little bit tinny off the face, but certainly two fantastic ball flights, performing exactly how I would want it to perform, and if we think it's coming in nearly over £100 cheaper than the other options. So you can see both weights at the back now, so that's encouraging a higher ball flight. You can see, depending on the settings, we could move the weights over, put them in the heel to get it a little bit more drawing, and again for a fade we could put the weights into the top. So adjustability, like we've mentioned there, is very high on what they're trying to do here. We've also got, obviously they've done it with the toe, they've got that a little bit more carbon wrap towards the toe, which is to help with shot shaping. So yes, that's something maybe you don't think about when you're buying a driver, but this club is designed to help you shape the ball a little bit easier. And if you are trying to get to that next level and you are trying to shape it, then this certainly could be something for you. Again, down behind the golf ball, this looks like one of the best drivers I've seen all year. Let's see, same swing, what kind of flight and feel do we get? So a little bit toey there, drawing down the left-hand side. Felt pretty good. Again, that flight I actually preferred. Again, it's very much down to, obviously, impact factors, how you are swinging, how you return this club. But sound is one big thing for me. Certainly sounds a lot louder than my Paradigm Triple Diamond, but I wouldn't say that's off-putting, and that's very interesting. But as we know with all Mizuno drivers, a lot of the time it's thinking about how far does it go? Is it going as far as the Paradigm? Am I getting as much ball speed off a centered strike? I'm going to jump in the studio shortly and see how far we can get that driver going. Let's see one more with this. Let me see if I can play a phase. Let's see if we can do this. And we can. That is With the weight settings back, I've been able to hit a nice fade there, a low fade, a nice penetrating ball flight. If we look at the strike, you can see again, just at the top of the club, nice and high, but it still didn't launch too high, so even changing the weights, I would say I actually preferred the weights at the back. It gave me a little bit more of a solid feel off the face. So the new Cortex chamber at the front of the face does allow for a little bit more weight to be there to help reduce the spin off drives. Again, to get it feeling a little bit more solid, so stainless steel weighting in there to help you get a more solid impact. Then have the adjustable sleeve, so we can change this driver up to 2 degrees down and 2 degrees up. So again, a lot of adjustability with that 440cc head, so ticking a lot of boxes for the everyday golfer. So guys, let's put it to the test in here. So obviously one other thing that they have done with this, they have changed the thickness on the face. So again, multi-thickness, various thickness throughout the face to again get the ball coming off a little bit faster. So they are saying, obviously from tour testing, that they get normally 1.5 miles an hour of extra clubhead speed or ball speed even. So let's put it to a test. I'd be expecting, you know, between 280 and 300 yards. Again, over 300 yards with a good one. Let's see. Again, not a bad strike there. Carry, let's have a quick look. 265 carry, 280 total, so it wasn't a perfectly struck shot there, and exactly what I would expect to see. The numbers that I'm expecting, 3,000 spin, that is a little bit spinny for me, but don't forget we have got the weight settings at the back for this first couple of shots. I'll hit 2 with the weights at the back, then I'll put 2 at the front. Let's see if I can get over that elusive 300. So, one more with the weight settings at the back. Let's see what we can get. We are ready. Much more solid shot there, spinning up a little bit. 3,500 spin, so very spinny as I'd expect. 260 carry, gone 275, which again, for how I hit the ball, I'm not too happy with that distance. I think I've hit it well, spinning a little bit, so let's change the weights round. So guys, weights at the front now, so let's come in and hit a couple with that there. So again, clubhead speed there saying around about 110, which is exactly what I would be saying on average that I am, but that's not getting the distance I would expect. Well, that was a total miss hit, and that's the one we had outside where it didn't feel quite solid. That spun up at 4,000 and only carried 250 yards. Again, that was a poor swing, that's a poor strike. But would I expect that maybe from something like a Paradigm or something like a Stealth? I'm not so sure that I would see that. Looks, for me, over the ball inside, it's a fantastic looking driver, and I do like that 440cc head. So ticking a lot of boxes, but let me try and get one out of the middle. Let's see if I can get it there. But I maybe would be thinking, if my miss hit does lose me 20-30 yards, is that bad? But realistically, with most clubs, you can lose that much distance with that poor a shot. So let's get one going. Now that was straight out of the screws, that is launched low, that's much more of a better strike. And there it has performed as I would expect. 277 yards carry, it has given me 300 yards, so I have got over that elusive 300 yards. So performance-wise, with that forward, feel-wise, I'm not so sure. With the weight forward, it doesn't feel as solid off the face with your mis-centered hits. You can see that I did hit a mis-centered one there, lost a lot of distance, but when you do strike it out of the middle, it does feel solid. It feels very much like a Paradigm. Again, improvements-wise, I believe, obviously, it has improved quite a bit on the previous models. I like the adjustability, I like the head shape, I like the design. Performance-wise, maybe not as close, but that may be why it is around about 100 to 150 pounds cheaper, but certainly want to go and test out.